Hello, everyone. Welcome to twitch.tv/The Onyx Path, where tonight we have gathered for a special presentation of Trinity Continuum Aberrant, and which I'm calling Robbery in Edgebrook. If you look around, you're going to see a few familiar faces if you've been on the channel for some time, as we have taken out of retirement the cast of the Storypath Showcase Aberrant from at this point, like what, 2 years ago? I think we ran it, something like that.
About 2 years ago.
About that. Now, you may have noted if you were watching during the Trinity Players Guide Backer Kit that Dark Matter did in fact show back up for that, and had a little bit of a trans-dimensional soiree and adventure. But I'm sure he will regale the his fellow Novas with the tales of that strangeness. But yeah, so this is the first time the whole band's been back together in some time. Before we dive in too far, just a couple quick things I would like to bring to everyone's attention. First and foremost, the backer kit for Trinity Continuum Aegis is currently going. We are in the last 17 hours of the backer kit campaign. So there's still time to get involved, but not much. If you've not yet gone over there and checked that out, please do. And if you have already backed it, thank you for your support. Consider please sharing it on all your social media and encouraging folks to do the same. I also want to let you all know that the book that we are using as a reference today, you'll see that lovely Roll20 map under my face. The scenario that we're using and the map that we're playing on is drawn from the Edgebrook Rooftops, a Storypath Tasty Bit that came out in July. And I had the privilege and honor of writing it. So it seemed like a good thing to throw together for a quick little one-shot. Before we get into the action, I'm going to go ahead and have everyone please tell us who you are, what you do, who you are playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote. And we will start things off with Pesto. Please give us your pertinent details.
Hi, everybody. I am Pesto Mystic. I am a person that doesn't really do anything right now, but I will be playing a person that does other things. I will be playing Rini, an athletic techno squishy.
Excellent. I look forward to it. And did you have any? What are your pronouns? Your pronouns and Rainey's pronouns.
She, her, she, her.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next up, that brings us over to Chaz. Please give us your pertinence.
Hi, I am Chaz, he, him, playing Deimos Dark Matter Messier, also he, him. Dark Matter is just a nice kind of guy who wants to prove to his friends that he could be reliable in entering a building and then not destroying said building.
Is that's going to be your goal for the day?
That is his short-term goal.
I love it. I love it. And do you have anything that you would care to promote?
Not yet, sadly, no.
And you and Dark Matter both he, him, correct?
Yes.
Rock and roll. Next up, that brings us over to Gilbert. Please, your pertinent details.
Hi, I'm Gilbert Ramos. I'm at Ramos the Nomad on the internet. I stream with the Onyx Path and Rolling Nomads. I'm jumping back into the shoes of Julian Vasquez, aka Karma. Vastly underpowered. Unless I was fired, which I wouldn't be surprised. Last I checked, squad leader of these walking nukes. Both Julian Vasquez and myself go he, him. Let's limit the destruction, the collateral, I guess. I don't know. That's all I got.
Rock and roll. Well, that's okay. You'll have mechanisms by which to eliminate or limit that collateral pool, and those just might well come into play tonight. Speaking of things that might be adding to the collateral pool, however, Leco, please give us all your pertinent details.
Hi, I'm Leco Rodriguez, he, him, playing Diego the Accessory Douglas, also he, him. You can catch me on the internet shit posting on the application formerly known as Twitter at Team Leco. I am also appearing regularly on the Old Ways podcast, theoldwayspodcast.com, where I play in our mass campaign. There are also other campaigns to be and bear witness to and enjoy and be scared by.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I was going to say, if you had more to go,
Nope.
please.
No,
Excellent.
I'm ready. My body's ready.
I was going to say the Old Ways podcast folks are a wonderful fan of the channel. And if you go over there and check them out, they've got a lot of Onyx Path materials, both already in their archives, and I believe coming soon they're going to be diving into another one of our settings. I don't want to speak out of turn. I think it might be Anima, but if I'm wrong, somebody can yell at me about it and I'll correct myself. But having said that, yeah, definitely go over there and check out what they've got cooking. Greatly appreciate it. So, when last we met, you all had effectively managed to sort of accomplish the mission that Sophia Rousseau had laid for you, and you had been kind of assigned to this spot in New Jersey that was going to be your home base.
Yeah, it had been briefly flooded as well, but we worked that out, I think, because there was a huge, influx of water from the ocean due to a sinking barge that we were trying to escape. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that happened.
Gotcha. Okay. You've subsequently set yourselves up, gotten the place cleaned out, done a couple of small missions, nothing major, and so far so good. You haven't really created anything too terribly unmanageable or caused any irrevocable damage to anyone or anything. You did manage to, as you were attempting, Diego, you did manage to get Tink set up as kind of a consultant for Team Tonight.
Yes.
Though she is effectively on parole. So she just has to report with an officer and wear a low jack, effectively. And before we dive too far into the story, I do want to remind you all that we do have the opportunity to make tweaks if you would like. If you wanted to, move one skill, one dot of one skill to another skill, one dot of one attribute to another attribute, you may do either of those. Otherwise, or if you have any aspirations you want to change. And real quick, let's just go over, so I know them. Let's go over your short-term aspirations. I'll have you go ahead and tell me them, but then if you can copy and paste them into the Zoom chat, that would make my life so much easier. Let's start with the accessory. What are the accessories aspirations?
Well, first and foremost, I still have my long term, and this was based on Tink. Tink was going to be the subject of it. I wanted to help, particularly a Nova's transformation side effects, the long term effects of their transformation, help them try to find ways to cope, manage, and or suppress any symptoms that they were experiencing.
Okay.
Short term will be to assess the impact of extra dimensional travel of a particular Nova in our company on his genetic makeup, and any long and or short term potential dangers. We don't know what pathogens he may have brought with him, parasites may have been attached, or psychosis he might experience as a result of his exposure to who knows what. So basically diagnose the sorry, what is your Nova name?
Dark matter?
Dark matter. Yes, to assess dark matter's physiology and genetic makeup. How many short terms do I need? Two?
2 short terms and 1 long term.
Yeah. I don't have my other short term yet, but I'll get back to you in a second.
All right. If you can just copy and paste those into the chat when you're ready. And are you making any material tweaks?
Yeah, I think with my exposure to Tink, I think I will be moving a dot from humanities, as I won't be spending a lot of time on trivia, to science, due to our collaboration in the lab.
Beautiful. Sounds perfect. I love it. Next up, Karma, your aspirations.
Two short terms. One is limit dark matter's collateral. The second short term, execute a plan flawlessly. So by the book, by what we talked about, by what we planned through.
You sure you don't want to make that like a long term?
You know, I have faith. I have faith.
Of the
For long
heart.
term, I'm not sure quite yet. I will think on that.
All right, right on. So yeah, if you could just and did you have any tweaks you wanted to make?
No tweaks. I'm gonna
Excellent.
stay the underpowered misfit.
I love it. So feel free to post your aspirations in the Zoom chat as well once you have them ready to go. How about for Rini? Do you have any tweaks you want to make?
No tweaks.
Excellent. And do you have any aspirations for Rini?
Yeah, very, very simple. Yeah, I would like to eat chocolate. I would like to assist in fixing a piece of tech. And then my long-term goal is, yeah, kind of still figuring out my career path.
Excellent. So feel free to post those in the Zoom chat as well as soon as you get those ready. And then last but not least, dark matter. Any tweaks?
Yes. So I had one dot in command, but like dark matter is not a commander. He doesn't tell people what to do. So I took that out of command and put that into close combat.
Sure, makes sense.
Because that's just what he does. And then short term, I want to use an attack without destroying a building, an attack power without destroying a building. I still want to use a team attack. I don't know what that would entail, but like short term, team, we got a thing. And long term, I think after his like adventures, he wants to become a healer. He wants to like heal his friends, protect them, like restore them somehow, whatever that takes.
Excellent. I like it. Yeah, you did have some meaningful interactions with other people that I could see that being a perfectly logical goal for you to pop up. So great. Yeah, I'll go ahead and paste those in the chat when you're ready. And then let's paint a picture. So you have been, doing your thing. The incident in which dark matter wound up going on a trans-dimensional journey was relatively recently. As a result, you've had a little bit of light duty and sort of doing some testing, kind of making sure everything's on the up and up. It's been somewhat tense because trans-dimensional travel is not something that you normally cope with. However, everything is so far showing up to be fine. You've really been kind of burning the candle at both ends with lab work. And as a result, Karma has been running kind of themselves ragged a little bit, doing extra patrols locally to make up for the fact that none of you are doing that. The rest of you are all like being lab rats. So finally, one of you, and it's up to you which one, you can fight over it or somebody can volunteer. One of you decided that what the team needs is a good night out. Just nothing fancy, not going to the club, not doing anything nuts. Just go get a nice meal and just chill out and be people for a little while. So who had this brilliant idea?
Definitely not me, as I am obsessed with quarantining dark matter until I'm absolutely confident.
That sounds like a Demos or a Rini idea.
If I didn't come up with it, I definitely heard Rini say it and then immediately was like, yeah, I like it.
Excellent. So I've always been, to peel back the narrative curtain a little bit, I've always been a fan of issues of like Fantastic Four, Power Pack, or Spider-Man, where they just go out trying to have a normal day and everything goes sideways. So we'll say Rini had recommended this restaurant. You heard about a place in the Edgebrook neighborhood, not too far away from your hideout, called Luther's. It's a very sort of upscale place. There's a parking lot just north of the building. It's got a 2-floor dining hall. And there's in the upstairs, they also have live music while people are dining. The food is highly praised throughout the city, and the 16-course tasting menu is one of the most popular selections they offer. The chef, named guy by the name of Luther, is Luther Green, is very proud of the establishment. And, like, comes out and like personally talks to every table to ensure that they're having a good time, so on and so forth. So it's a real nice vibe. It's a little on the pricey side, but you can always expense it to Rousseau. So how would you all be dressed, and what all would you be carrying with you on this dinner excursion?
This is Reenie's idea, right?
Absolutely.
Reenie, I will agree to go, but I'm going to have to ask you to at least temporarily provide me with an appropriate amount of sensory capabilities in order to make sure that dark matter's powers aren't going to bleed out or perhaps any radiation leaks. So something equivalent to, I guess,
Sure.
what you would call a tricorder.
Oh,
Um,
well, I've got noise canceling headphones. Will that work?
I don't care how you put it together. I just need to make sure that it works,
Sure, sure.
preferably with something with potential, like a mass spectrometer.
Mm-hmm. Can I pretend like I make that and then hand him something?
Absolutely, yeah. So
Okay.
you see Rini like pull a bunch of parts out of a couple of. She grabs like a PSP and like, a couple of motherboards, and you see her just pop a couple of parts around and hands it to you. And you've got a screen that's got blips on it, and it says optimal containment, and looks absolutely like like it is what you asked for.
Suppose this will have to do.
It will do. Are you ready?
I kind of look down at my lab coat. Sure.
You look marvelous. Don't worry too much about the dress code. Start gathering everybody else.
Excellent. Are you just gonna wear your lab coat to the place and not do anything about your appearance?
I mean, it's difficult to. I mean, I haven't tried really getting clothes to fit over the faceted parts of my anatomy. I just kind of walk around crystalline.
Right on.
Yeah, I don't have one of those suits. What are they called? The Nova suits yet?
Oh, you have view fiber?
No.
Correct.
And
Okay.
I haven't invested in. Yeah, I'll do what I can. So I'll try not to. I guess I'll try to dress some. I'll try to dress casually. I'll grab myself a pair of sweatpants and a shirt.
Excellent. Leaving the lab coat at home.
Mhm.
How about dark matter? What is dark matter's get up going to be for this outing?
Dark Matter is trying to get as spiffy as he can on a budget, because I assume Diego has very much had him like cloistered for as long as he's been back. So this is like his one chance to get out and just be with the peoples.
Excellent. Yeah, so you get yourself a nice like suit, tie. Maybe are able to get yourselves a maybe rent a tux. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, maybe rent yourself a tuxedo.
Yeah.
And have that delivered to you. So you're actually looking pretty snazzy.
Ready.
And are you bringing anything with you besides just your good looks and your fashion acumen?
I don't think Davos has anything.
Right.
So yeah, just good looks and fashion.
Beautiful. Rini, what is your plan for wardrobe and for carrying items with you?
Sure, gonna get way dressed up with the Macy's dress and Macy's makeup, all that other stuff. And I would like to bring with me a purse that's too glittery for its own good. Like it blinds you if it catches the light. And then within it, it's going to be our most basic first aid kit with just band-aids, and then maybe like a small sewing kit in case I rip a part of my dress.
Excellent. And then how about Karma? What's your plan?
Carmel will wear his nicest leather jacket, and his cleanest cargo pants. He will. The nicest thing I think he will do is he will not blouse his boots. So yeah, And he's still going with a bunch of knives in his jacket, and I think that's about the best. I think he'll comb his hair, and that's the best he's got.
Wonderful. All right. So you are carrying a bunch of knives, but no like firearms.
Yeah, no firearms.
Excellent. All right. You make your way there as Rini comes out like to greet everyone, and you all see one another in your get-ups. Is there any reaction or interaction to how each other is dressed?
Well, I glow, so I imagine the glittery purse is definitely disco balling pretty hard.
Beautiful. This is great.
That's pretty much the only thing that I note.
Do I need to change? This feels like I'm
You look better than usual.
well,
If that
thanks.
helps.
Yeah, no, these were clean, so that's a plus.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Rest of you look wonderful as well. I'm completely excited about this.
Diego was just obsessed with the disco ball, as Chaz would be as well. Just holy crap, it's so nice.
I slowly try and hide it behind me so I'm not blinding anybody anymore.
You taking a vehicle of your own, going to catch an Uber, going to take the opportunity to walk or otherwise travel into your own power. How would you like to get to the
How
restaurant?
long is the distance?
Edgebrook is probably like the next neighborhood over from you, so probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
Let's walk. Let's get a
I
chance.
ordered a party bus though, but
Oh,
okay.
wait,
we
no,
can walk.
that-
No, it's fine. That's
No,
fine.
no, wait.
I can cancel it.
Walk? Did I say I walk? Bus? It sounds the same. It's really, from the thing with the test. Yeah, let's do party bus.
More than it's a nice. We can walk back if you'd like. No worries.
About that time, you all sort of hear a muffled rendition of "Nothing But a Good Time" by Poison as the party bus pulls over.
Diego just runs out.
I'm in hell.
Vehicle's a hazard.
Excellent. You hop on and ride the party bus the 2 miles to the restaurant. Bus driver, there's obviously drinks on the bus. There's probably not enough alcohol or time for any of you to actually get inebriated due to your Nova physiology, but you can certainly pregame a little bit. As the bus driver pulls up, they pull up near the main entrance, which is on the other side of the building from the parking lot. And they ask, do you want us to wait outside? Do you want us to come back at a certain time? What would you like us to do?
Rainey secretly has other things planned for tonight too, so I'm gonna be like, oh, just wait here.
Okay, excellent. We'll park in the lot. And they whip around and park in the lot on the north side of the building. As you step inside, are you doing the dining experience on the bottom floor where it's more conversational, or on the top floor where there's music accompaniment to the food?
Oh, what would you guys like?
What's best for an extract if we need to leave?
Well, probably the first floor. I mean, there are windows in the second floor, but and you're pretty sure you saw a roof access when you walked in.
I mean, if you need to evacuate, I can open a wormhole.
True, very true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say we're on the second floor, and then we start talking. Do we get like the stink eye, or what's the policy on that?
Oh no, nobody's going to be like, people are going to be holding conversations. It's just a little bit harder to do, because there's music in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not like a concert environment where it's not like a recital environment.
Everybody's screaming
That's
at
what
each
thinking.
other.
It's like we don't talk and we just kind of clap like this, and then
Right. Yeah. Nothing like that.
all right, Daniels is up for whatever. He just have to be out with his friends and not in a scary wasteland.
Yeah. Well, I'll make Diego uncomfortable if you're on the second floor.
No, I'm not antisocial. It's just loud.
Okay. No worries.
It resonates the inners of my ear because of the material my ears are made out of. I'm sorry.
First
Kind of
floor,
like being
please?
it's kind of like being a wind chime.
They set you up with a lovely table on the first floor. The host gives you the list of the day's soup and the wines that are featured, and asks if you would like to see a menu or if you wanted to do the tasting menu.
The
I mean,
tasting menu.
That's why we're here, right?
Some
To do
options,
the
right?
yeah.
Excellent. They step away. A couple of minutes later, the first portion of the tasting menu arrives, and you begin to delve into this 13-course display of culinary mastery as you work your way through the tasting menu. Is everyone going to eat heartily at this, or are any of you going to kind of avoid the food?
So Diego generally avoids anything that isn't plant matter just because it tends to look awful going down.
Fair.
So he generally sticks to produce.
Okay, excellent. So you wind up skipping about half of the meals. But at the end of it all, you all have a fine dining experience, extremely well crafted. Is there anything in particular that you want to focus the conversation on or guide it toward while you are, if we just saw a brief snippet of the conversation in the middle of the meal, what would it look like?
Karma's probably giving like a brief rundown of like what's been going on during patrols, what they've missed, where how the city is faring. Conversations with our handler, whose name I have forgotten.
Sophia Rousseau.
Sophia.
Excellent. Yeah. That's just business.
The biggest repeat problem that you've noticed is there seems to be an uptick of might coming into the city. You've run across probably 4 or 5 people that were strung out on might, which is unusual for a week, for the span of a week. It makes them a little bit challenging to deal with because they gain super strength from it.
Now, are we finding that there are different, versions of it, chemically speaking? Like, are there more stable or less stable, or more dangerous or less dangerous versions of it coming in?
Oh yeah, and they seem to, the different strains seem to have slightly different effects on people. So some people might just become incredibly strong, but not even gain significant durability to withstand that strength. So like
snap when they hit
something like that, yeah. Or like trying to you can lift up a car, but then you get crushed under the weight of it. That's been some of the strains. There are some strains that seem to be more focused on just generating like speed, like literally allowing people to move at superhuman speeds. And then kind of the more run of the mill that just makes you generally tougher.
And then dying when they hit a mosquito at Mach 4.
The super speedsters hasn't been any of that yet.
Because bugs are literally everywhere. Well, that's great. That's amazing. I'm a big fan of that.
Any other conversation? Any direction that Diego would like to take things?
Anytime Diego's provided with an opportunity, he will continue his ongoing investigation of the interdimensional travel. So tell us again about the science magic wizard.
Oh,
people.
right. Yeah, it was magic. It was there was things that like we could do, but also things we couldn't do, and they had all kinds of I could tell you what I saw, but I really didn't understand it.
So when you say magic, you mean like magic, not just you didn't get it.
Sure.
Really wish I had a mind probe.
Is there a report on this? Did you report? Did you file a written report on this?
I did. I got in a little bit of trouble because apparently Sophia said I shouldn't brag about not blowing up a castle one time. Get to the important information.
I mean, to be fair, congratulations.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
I was impressed.
Thank you. And he was like Ashley feel that because he still feels a little guilty about the 2, 3.
Excellent, excellent. And is there anything that any directions that Dark Matter might want to direct the conversation, or are you happy to talk about your experience?
He will actually always try to steer away from the experience because he's aware that he doesn't have anything actually important to say. And just ask about his like teammates slash friends, just to get a little get to know, because he knows them as Karma, but he doesn't really know Julian. So he wants to like get to know them, as difficult as that may be.
So, what's one icebreaker question that he would ask everybody?
It's like number 3 on the top 10 best icebreakers. If you were given the best superpower, what would you want?
I would want the ability to know what would possess you to ask such a question.
So mind reading, that's so cool.
Teleportation, hands down. The wormhole, I'll look at Diego. Cool as shit. Honestly, the ability to not have to deal with taxis or have to run across rooftops, hands down.
You know that you can run on the ground.
It's not safe. It's not safe. People tend to look, especially when no, it's I look like a fucking vagrant. I'm not. No, rooftops it is.
I like the ability to create an earthquake. That way, whatever situation I'm in, and if I get bored, like if I'm watching a movie, I'm like, I'm done with this, but I don't want to rudely exit. I would just create an earthquake, so everybody has to exit.
Oh, that's smart. I like that. You're like helping everybody because they probably don't like it either, but they.
Are we talking like what? Where on the Richter scale are we talking? Just a mild earthquake?
Like a little 3 or 4, like
shake.
a graboid, like a graboid size
I think it
earthquake.
would have to be like medium size.
At this, I kind of casually take out my phone and add that bit to my notes on Rini's ongoing psychological profile.
Excellent. As you continue your small talk, it is definitely relaxing. It's definitely keeping you cool, makes you feel a little bit grounded. If any of you do have any temporary quantum flux, you can reduce it by 1, just because you're kind of hanging out amongst the baselines and having a grand old time. But eventually, like all good things, the meal does come to an end. You're given the check and are free to leave. As you gather your things and make your way out the front door, you all pretty clearly hear a rather loud bang come from the building immediately to the south of you. Looking over there, you can see that it is apparently a drugstore. It is called the DWT Pharmacy. You can see that it is closed, and you can see all the lights are off. There doesn't seem to be any activity, obviously, within. But it sounded like there was a bang that maybe came from that building, either inside or on the roof.
Just for clarification, do you mean a bang or a boom?
Like a not like like a firearm report or like a explosion, more like a heavy door being slammed kind of thing.
Okay. This is an important distinction to make.
Sure.
I mean, I generally am going to ignore it. I'm going to assume maybe somebody's working late or something. I will start, like I will jump because I'm jumpy.
Sure.
That's about it.
Karma will pull a knife from his jacket and stand up, kind of peering to see if he can see where the sound emanated from.
Sure. Why don't you give me a let's go with integrity, and what would you like to combine that with?
If I might, I think cunning would probably be most
Sure.
what yeah, that makes most sense.
Go for it.
No successes.
Excellent. Yeah, you can't quite put your finger on where that sound came from. The rest of you do notice, though, that Karma is getting a little jumpy. You also gain a momentum, so now you have 5 momentum in the pool.
Be okay? You got someone to stab?
No, just you guys heard that, right? It's a bit late to be working at the drugstore, don't you think?
I don't know. I don't work at many drugstores.
Rini, are you going to do any sort of investigation of it, or are you going to just kind of ignore this and move on with your night?
Oh gosh. I guess I would like to investigate to see if it's something that we need to actually do anything about. Is
Sure.
that possible?
Why don't you give me? You could go with integrity if you want. You could also go with. Let's see. Just looking at what some options are.
No worries.
You go with integrity or larceny if you'd like.
Okay. Integrity.
And then what attribute would you like to pair that with?
Thinking cunning, if that's okay.
Absolutely. And you have mega cunning, right?
Do I? No, I don't think I do. I got Q Tech
Oh.
for Mega.
Okay, I thought you had. I thought under your attributes you don't have mega attributes filled in. Okay. All right. I thought you did, but that's fine.
I appreciate it. Trying
No.
to throw me a bone, and I'm like, nah. you
Not a
keep it.
problem. All right, go ahead and give me that roll. So integrity cunning.
Sure. Okay. Target is 7, right?
Yep.
2 successes.
Excellent. You can clearly see the shadowy form of looks like 2, maybe 3 people moving around on the rooftop, and it looks like they're kind of like moving low and like trying to crouch and avoid notice on that opposing rooftop, making their way over toward the corner.
This is gonna ruin bingo night, but I convey that stuff to Karma. Like, do you think we gotta do something about this right now?
Absolutely. This is we're still technically on our turf, yeah.
But like it's our night off, right? Like, because
We are a team tomorrow. We don't have nights off.
So wait, team tomorrow. So we can't wait.
I'm sorry,
for
team
tomorrow?
tonight. Apologies. And I will make my way to begin the parkour process.
And there he goes.
Excellent. As you are now moving, we are going to move this to a combat initiative. Give me just 2 shakes of sheep's tail as I pop open one more thing that I want to make sure I have open. There we go. So I will need each of you to go ahead and roll for me the lower of your let's see, where are we hiding here? The lower of your athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dexterity.
Nice. It's my favorite roll. That's 0 successes.
10s explode, correct?
Yes.
Understood. 1 success.
1 success.
One success.
Excellent. So now we have one for dark matter, one for Rini, and one for the accessory. Is that correct?
0 for the accessory.
0 for the accessory, and how many for karma?
1.
1 as well. Excellent. Let me just roll a single initiative check for your buddies that are here. Your friends that have decided to make your day difficult.
Suppose they're not doing inventory on the roof.
Hello, friends.
They are dealing with 2 successes. So they will go first. So you're trying to effectively get up onto the rooftops. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me a, let's say, athletics?
Understood. Let's see. Athletics.
Are you like just trying to like leap like off of whatever, like parkour your way up to the roof? Basically, you're not like looking for a fire escape or anything, right?
Yeah, we're gonna just parkour our way up to the roof.
Excellent. Yeah, give me an athletics check. What would you like? What attribute would you like to rely on?
I'm tempted to ask for might, but dexterity makes more sense, I think.
Give it a shot.
One success.
Excellent. That gets you up onto the roof.
Excellent.
So as you get over onto that rooftop, just give you a basic idea of what you're looking at here on the top of Luther's building. There's a metal hood that serves as an exhaust outlet for the commercial kitchen. It extends six feet from the surface of the roof and is constructed of a sturdy metal. That's that right there, if you can see where I'm pinging on the map. Other than that, the roof is fairly empty. As you're looking around up there, you can see across the way a guy sitting on his roof in a folding chair, drinking a beer, and just kind of looking out. Doesn't really seem to have paid a whole lot of attention yet. It looks like maybe he looked in the direction of that bang, but he's not like rubbernecking to a degree that you think he's going to like, get involved or call somebody. Just kind of seems to be looking generally in that direction. And then on the other roof across the way, you see 6 folks that are clearly swollen. Like they seem to be almost bursting out of their jeans and t-shirts, each carrying a sack over their shoulder and making their way to the edge of the roof. Looks like they're going to jump over to this other roof. On that other roof, like kitty corner from you, you can see, it looks like some sort of wooden structure on the roof. You're not quite sure what. There appears to be like some sort of maybe like wool or fabric stuffing or something laying around. You can't quite tell from here, but it seems to be scattered around that wooden structure. So that completes your turn, correct?
Yeah, that's all I've got. Yeah, that's all I got for now.
Excellent. That will bring us around to Rini. What would you like to do?
I would like to join Karma. Can I use my flight boots for that?
Absolutely. What's the flight that they grant you?
Oh gosh. Flight 2?
Okay, so you can effectively move 2 range bands within this combat. So without having to actually do anything, you just turn them on. So that will let you get up onto the roof.
Okay.
No problem. If that's you want to go out on the roof of the restaurant, correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. So you land on the roof of the restaurant as you see one of these dudes, like just straight up leap over to the other roof. What would you like to do with your dice action now that you've moved?
Oh no, I have to think more about that. Can I hold my action?
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you.
That will bring us to dark matter. What would you like to do?
We'll have to follow Karma in the hopes that people are just playing hide and seek up there.
All right. So you're climbing up as well, or do you have another way to get
Climbing, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics roll, please.
And I just have Megamite, or do I have to like use Megamite?
I mean, you do have to decide to apply your Megamite.
Okay, then we're not gonna do that. 2 successes.
Glorious. You're easily able to get up to the roof, no problem. An accessory. Anything that you would like to do?
So I hadn't really paid attention until people started hopping on rooftops. Did the ones that hopped across, is it obvious at this point?
Yes, and they're
Okay.
still like in the process of it. So now 3 of them have made their way over.
Okay. Do we still have our earwigs, our little comm thingies?
I would assume so, but none of you mentioned specifically that you're bringing them with you, and I asked you specifically what you were bringing, so none of you are wearing your comms.
Okay.
Fair, absolutely fair.
But they haven't come at us then. But they doesn't.
No, they
appear
appear to be leaving. They appear to be breaking out.
Well, we don't have we don't necessarily our all of our tacticians have gone roofside, so I guess I will interpose myself between the area where they'd like to be and where they are. So I would like to spend 2 quantum.
Excellent.
And I will sigh to myself and look down at this poor sweatshirt that is probably going to get destroyed. And I will step through space and time and appear here.
Okay, so like in front of the 3 that still are yet to run.
Yes. And I will say to them calmly and collected, excuse me, do you know the hours for the drugstore?
Oh shit! It's a cape. Their response to this then is to basically just jump on top of you.
Oh, well, that's
And there we go.
bothersome.
Yeah, they're gonna start. They're gonna pick a fight.
Okay. Well,
Each one
thanks.
of them is going to max out their Megamite.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they're each going to spend a point of quantum, and they're each going to roll their quantum to max out their Megamite. So that would be 2 successes for the first one. That would be no successes for the second, and that would be one success for the third. So one is just going straight normal. One has a +1 to their Megamite. One has a +2 to their Megamite.
I have a power that I can use reflexively.
I apologize. I meant quantum attack, but it's just a physical one. Continue.
Okay. So absorption is reflexive. I would also like to max it out, as I'm assuming I'm about to take a hit.
Oh, please do. Please max it out.
So I have to spend a point of quantum, right?
Yes, you spend a point of quantum
And then I roll what?
to roll your quantum. And actually, let me double check this because you might need to spend. I believe you actually spend a number of quantum equal to the number of dice you want to roll up to your quantum.
Okay.
Let me
So
just.
I will. Is my quantum? I'm guessing our quantum is maxed out right now, so we've been like fully rested.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. You do take a point of flux.
Okay.
and spend quantum points to assemble a pool of dice, 1 per die, equal to a maximum of your quantum rating.
Okay, I will spend 4.
Excellent.
So what do I do now?
So now you roll that quantum.
So I roll my quantum plus 4 or just roll the 4?
No, roll the 4, like the points you spent.
Okay.
And each success gives you dots you can spend.
All right, I got 2 successes. I will put them both in absorption.
Excellent. Does that take your absorption over what it's? Does your absorption have a maximum amount that you can take it to? Like is it?
I think it's my quantum. It's my quantum.
Right. So would adding those dots take it above your quantum?
No, it would equal my quantum actually.
Beautiful. Excellent. So that makes your absorption a 4.
A4, yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Glorious.
Which I think makes the pool 8.
I just want to check one more thing. All right. In addition to maxing out, each of these mitoids is also going to cut loose when they take a swing at you. This is something that anyone can do who has a quantum score. And you can take enhancement up to 5 enhancement on your power. And each level of enhancement you take adds 1 point to the collateral pool.
Nice.
So each
Why
of
would you
them
tell me this?
is going to max out their quantum attack as they try to punch you.
Okay.
So they've maxed out. They're going to cut loose, and they're each going to cut loose at a +5. What is your defense?
What is my defense?
So without taking a defensive action, it's 1. You can roll stamina to add successes to that, and then whatever your soft armor would also apply.
Okay. Does Mega Stamina apply here as well?
Mega stamina does not apply.
Okay.
If you have something that grants you extra soft armor, like toughness or dense flesh, that might apply. But
I have Hardy, which gives me 1. But
so you're starting off with basically with 2.
right, and now I'll roll my stamina. So 2.
Excellent.
So
The
4
total of
then,
4.
right?
The first one swings and hits you with a net of 3 successes.
Okay.
This is a brutal attack, so that's enough for them to hit and crit. So you take 2 injury conditions.
Hold on. So I'm gonna roll my absorption now.
Do you want to do it en masse to everything? Like once we figure out the
I
total,
mean, sure, we can. So the way
because they're throwing you a boot party on this roof, so
yeah,
all of them are going to hit you.
It's continuous. So I mean, we can. Right.
You want to do one roll to resolve against all 3 of them, or do you want to do an individual roll for each one? Dealer's choice. I am neutral on the subject.
It's when I get hit with an attack, so I have to roll for each one.
Okay, excellent. In that case, go ahead and roll on that one.
All right. So my pool is 8. So that's 1 success. There's a reflexive action. So subtracts 1 from the incoming attack and adds 1 to the. Okay, so their net is -1, and then
Okay, that
the remaining successes. Right? Yeah.
and the remaining successes apply normally. So then, if it's just removing the 1 success from them, they won't be able to do a critical. So they will hit you, and they will use the complicate stunt to give you a +1 complication because of how dizzy you are from getting your face rocked by a quantum attack. So the next action you take, apart from these reflexive absorption, you'll have a +1 complication. If you fail to resolve that complication, you're going to fall prone.
Okay.
and that adds 5 to the collateral pool. Rini, with your held action, you can clearly see that they're throwing around like punches so hard, like you can see windows starting to rattle and problems getting ready to happen. Effectively, you can tell that there are dice going into the collateral pool. So you can attempt to mitigate that if you so wish.
That would be absolutely wonderful. In terms of like, I can assist in rolling for something particular to help him out, or I have to like actually take an action and try and.
So you would need to take an action, and
Okay.
the way that that would work is you would have to use an ability or a power or a device that would somehow maybe, in this case, something like if you had like a sonic device on you that could counter the blast waves, or even just take some sort of action to try to counteract these impact waves that are coming off of these punches. If you don't have any power that's appropriate or any ability to use a technology that's appropriate, that's fine. You just wouldn't be able to use the controlled chaos stunt right now.
Okay. Q-Tech doesn't really do anything for me, I don't think, right?
Yeah, you have your
It's good.
Q-Tech devices that you're carrying, right? So just to double check what your Q-Tech provided you. You have the force field and the flight boots. That's what you get from it. Now you could try to maybe like extend your force field outward to keep them contained within it. I'd allow that.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I would totally love to do that. Yeah, my heart sank when I saw range is personal. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would love to do that.
You would need to. I would need you to make a technology roll to be able to adjust it so that you can send it out.
Sure.
And any successes you gain on it beyond the first success, I will allow you to use to reduce the collateral pool.
Okay. Just technology straight, or can I use like technology and cunning?
Technology and then like cunning, yeah.
Okay.
And whatever attribute you think is best.
Far out, man. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then 4 successes.
Excellent. So you reduce the collateral pool by 3, bring the total collateral pool at the moment to 2, as you sort of basically put out a burst of force that counteracts the wind coming off of some of these punches. However, that's resolved one of the 3 attacks that's coming.
Quick question for the story guide.
Sure.
So I got dealt one injury condition, correct?
Correct.
And I absorbed 1 point of quantum.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to spend it reflexively.
Okay.
For regeneration to remove the bruised injury condition.
Excellent.
Okay.
Do so.
Okay.
Second person is taking a swing at you. This adds 5 dice to the collateral pool. Yeah, 1, 2 successes, so that brings it up with the enhancement to 7.
Okay.
You're at defense of 3, so they have 4 left. That is enough for them to hit, crit, and
My defense was 4.
complicate. Right, so it's enough for them to hit and crit. But if you wanted to roll that absorption again, then they would check to see if they're complicating.
So that's 5 plus 2 10s. Give me just a second. So 6.
Excellent. So that you completely negate. And in fact, you came up with more than the number of successes. So since I am a benevolent deity, I will allow you to use those the extra 1 success that's left over to reduce the collateral pool if you so choose.
I would very much like to. I will absorb so much of the hit that I will reduce the kinetic energy that's exploding around me a little bit more. I'm going through this roof though. That's but I'm doing my damnedest. Okay.
Exactly. So now the collateral pool is at 7.
Yeah, and my quantum pool is full.
Excellent. And the last one is going to take their swipe at you. All right, that's 1, so 6.
There we go again.
And
3.
that adds 5 to the quantum pool. So you can, so you're gonna eat 2 injury conditions.
Okay. I can spend up to my quantum in regeneration, and I think that's 1 and 2. So absorb enough, I think, for 2, right? So how many did I get? I got 3.
Mhm.
So so that gives me 3. So yeah, 1 plus bruised and then injured is 2, right?
Yes.
So that's 3. That would cost me 3 quantum then.
Yep.
Okay. So I will spend those 3 quantum.
Excellent.
And I will say to him again, what are the hours?
Hold on. The quantum pool now has 12, or I'm sorry, the collateral pool now has 12 dice in it. So I need to make a collateral pool roll at the start of the next turn, which is right now. That's 1, 2, 3. 3, so 5 successes.
It was a fun city while I was there.
Yeah, this was a good restaurant.
Do I have enough time to look beyond the onslaught at what my friends might be thinking about doing? Do I think they have a plan?
They don't appear to.
Nice.
They're just on the rooftop right now. You did see that Rini like held out her force field device, and you think that might have mitigated a little bit of the damage.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. We love force fields.
However, since they have what did I say, 5 successes on the collateral pool, they're going to your defense right now was
It was 4.
4. All right.
It's literally all I can do. Is like take hits and run. That's all I can leave.
Yeah, so they're going to use knockdown and pin targeting you.
Okay.
This just happens. So you're knocked through the roof of the building.
Like to the waist.
No, like you land down on the
Oh.
on the top floor, and then the bits of ceiling that were above you now fall on top of you, pinning you. So you're trapped until you're able to break free or are rescued. That brings us back up to so that's the end of the first round. That brings us to the top of the next round. Seeing all this going down, Rini, what you doing?
Oh boy. I guess I'm going to text the party bus to come round. And then can I check if there's any specific technology on them that I can try and break if I get closer?
You want to fly up and and assess them, basically?
Yeah, from a distance, but
Sure, you're
just
not
to-
getting close enough to touch them, but you are assessing them from a distance.
just, yeah, see what they can do. So I'll be back here, please.
Beautiful. Give me a let's do either integrity or technology roll.
Okay, I'll go for technology, and I'm going to use my intellect. And I know.
Excellent.
2, 4, 5. No successes. You're
All right. You
welcome, everybody.
yeah, you fly up and there's just nothing you can pick up. Bright side, you gain another point of momentum, so now there's 6 momentum in the pool. Do you want to spend any of that momentum to re-roll any of those failed dice? You can spend up to half the momentum in the pool on a single roll if the rest of the group is okay with that.
Yeah, I feel like that might be useful elsewhere, honestly.
Go for it.
All right, your momentum is now 3. Reroll 3 dice, please.
One success.
Excellent. So you can clearly tell that none of them appear to be carrying anything technological on them apart from like cell phones in their front pockets. They're all carrying these bags that you're pretty sure are filled with like just drugs pulled from the pharmacy. And you can certainly tell by the swelling in their muscles and the sort of greenish brown streaks along their bulging biceps that look like they might be veins, that they're probably all hopped up on might.
Got it.
All right. You can freely share that information by shouting it at everyone, since you're not wearing. And go ahead and just place the token where you're hovering at this point. You're flying closer over them, though, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so you could
Probably.
get to at least here. You can get that far.
Okay. I might stay over here closer to the car. That's okay.
Sure. And I'm assuming you're still flying at roof level.
Like cover. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. That brings us to Karma. What would you like to do?
I will pull knives from my jacket and turn to Karma and I'm sorry, turn to Dark Matter and remember like we practiced?
And I was gonna punch them, but yeah, no, that'll work too. And Dark Matter will spend 4 flux or 4 quantum to do density, which will give him, I think, 2 extra megamite.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna grab Karma like safely and just launch him.
Excellent.
We do have small access to small unit tactics, so this should hopefully grab 2
Yep.
enhancement.
Oh shit, I have it too. Like, does it stack?
Oh, sweet. That's a good question.
Yeah, so you get the full enhancement from the scale and then from small unit tactics. So,
Nice.
so you have 6 enhancement. Is that right? Because you're using
How
it
much?
using it scale 3 effectively, or using megamite
Yeah.
2. Excellent.
Scale 3 with the megamites plus the.
So that will bring the collateral pool up by 2 because you're using a scale 3 attack. Effectively, a scale 3 activity.
It's a lot better than what if I had to attack myself. So I'm
Sure,
fine with that.
that's fair.
Yeah.
And then give me athletics aim. Either one's fine. Athletics or aim, and then might.
Okay. One, 2, 4 successes plus the scale.
Right, plus the
Yeah.
5 enhancement or whatever it was. So yeah, you or 6 enhancement. So yeah, you land right smack in the middle of them and are free to act. What would you like to do?
We're gonna I don't have guns, we're not gonna start blasting, we're gonna start stabbing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to stab all 3 of the ones that are on this side of the roof?
Can I do that? Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah. I mean, you can technically take a number of actions equal to a number of normal actions equal to your composure.
No.
The way that works, though, is that you basically have to choose the lowest pool involved in that group action. In this case, if you're using the same dice pool, it's just the same dice pool, and then you have to divide those successes amongst the actions you're taking. So basically, if it's just a straight, I'm attacking the same 3 people, you just roll 1 close combat and might, and then or close combat and dex, depending on what you're doing, and then divide the successes up.
Excellent. I'm so sorry to have to make you explain all that. My composure is 1, so it is a moot point, but thank you.
You can always do 1, so you could always attack 2 of them.
Gotcha. I will attack the 2 closest to, well, on the map below me and to my right.
Excellent. go ahead and make those attack checks.
Gotcha. So, okay, math is hard. Yeah, 5 in might. This is close combat, correct?
Yes.
And then, the specialty in knife fighting. I'm assuming that comes into play, or would that be
specialties are cross? So
Jack and all?
yeah, they're complementary, not they don't bonus the actual roll that you're.
Copy that. Not a problem.
All right.
Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. That'll be 4 successes.
Excellent. And you're carrying a knife, right?
Yeah.
So that gives you an enhancement of, I believe, 1.
Sweet.
So it's 5 successes. So here's the hard thing. They have a defense of 3. So you can hit one of them and then do an additional stunt, or you can hit one and not do an additional stunt, missing the other one.
I'll hit one of them and do an additional stunt. If that's all right.
Sure. You have 1 point of stunt. So you can use the complicate stunt on them. You could knock them prone if you wanted to.
I'd love to do the complicate stunt. Just slashing at where a tendon is to help move their arm. I don't know medical. I don't know physiology.
Sure. No, you're good.
But yeah, just to make it a little bit more difficult to operate their own arms.
And which one would you like to take this on?
The one at the bottom of my token, the
Alright,
one that
excellent.
could possibly hit Diego.
Well, just to remind you, there where you're standing next to you, where Diego's token is, there's a hole in the roof, and you can see like Diego's arms sticking out from underneath a pile of rubble.
Back and all.
And that brings us around to Dark Matter. You went right.
Yeah, would I still have be able to move closer?
Sure. Do you have like quantum leap or something, or are you gonna just try to?
I got density, so I'm just gonna jump down, destroy the sidewalk, and run as close as I can to the building.
All right. So what does that make your effective size scale right now?
I think size scale 2.
Okay, so actually, as you drop down, you barely chip the concrete. You realize that the roads in this neighborhood must be made of Nova Age construction materials. There's probably Noveslo reinforcements in them, so you can cut a little loose here and not have to worry about structural damage, most likely, at least to the street.
Just a little by you mean by little is by 5? Good to know. So I don't know how close I can get, but like that's essentially what I'll do.
Excellent. I'll let you drop down and cross the street. Why not?
Okay.
Excellent. That brings us around to the accessory. What would you like to do as you are under this pile of rubble?
Well, I'm like the closest that Diego gets to mad right now. So I'm very frustrated and I hate being immobilized. So I would like to max out again.
Okay, excellent.
This time I'll be maxing out my warp.
Okay.
So I will spend you said I spent up to my quantum, right?
Correct.
So they cap me out. I'll spend 4 again. So
And remember, you also gain a point of flux every time you max out.
I do. I'm a big fan of transcendence. It's okay.
You can get rid of all your transcendence. Ask me how.
I'm working on it. And so I get to roll these 4 dice.
Tattoos in a really hard place to show off. Yeah, 4 dice.
All right, let's do it. So 4 dice. Give me 1 success. That's actually all I need. So I would like to increase my warp by 1.
Excellent.
Now, what that will let me do is take a tag that I don't normally have. I'm going to increase the size by 1.
Okay.
Now, it already has impose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to impose the warp on myself and the debris. And I'm going
Okay.
to open it directly above where those guys were. And I'm going to fall with the debris on top of the one that hit me.
Excellent. Beautiful. And are you going to cut loose with this attack roll?
I would love to. The other thing is, since this is an impose roll,
Mhm.
can I use the impose rule for this and just use is it a power? It's an attack with the power, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how does cutting loose work? I can spend quantum to.
No, you don't have to spend quantum or anything with it. You just take enhancement. Every enhancement you take up to 5 adds 1 to the collateral pool.
I mean, we're going to collateralize the collateral damage, so it's like collateral squared.
I think we've already done the thing, so we might as well just go all out now.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna take +5, and I'm going to make an attack with my quantum plus warp. I think that's
Yep.
the roll.
Yep, sure is.
All right.
I mean, the
That's-
sidewalk's already cracked. We might as well just level the block.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be-
like
it's-
you can't
gonna
have a
put-
block without
gonna
a
put-
sidewalk.
I'm gonna put a second hole in the ceiling. I'm gonna go through this part of the roof too. Let's do it. 4, so 4 plus, so 3, so 7 is the roll, and then I'm adding 5 enhancement to this.
Yep.
Goodness me. Have some roof. So that's 8 so far. Hold on. 2, and it's size +1, so it's more space than I was. So it's a size 2
Right.
block of me plus the rubble.
Dropping
so
on.
9 total. Yeah.
All right. So what you'll have to do is divide those up between the 3 mitoids. I'm assuming you're going to try your best not to hit your buddy, right?
Sure.
Um,
So I'll divide. I want the one that hit me is the one that's right there next to
Sure.
me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to center it on him and probably hit the fellow to his right.
Okay. So you can divide. Here's what you're effectively looking at. You've got 9 successes to divide between 3 people. Each of those people has a defense of 3. So you could hit each one of them for 1, or you could focus your fire on 2 of them and possibly crit.
Or I can just hit 1.
Or you could just hit 1 and just,
real
and just
hard.
mess his day up.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to focus me and the debris, the floor, the rubble, on the one that hit me through the roof.
Excellent. You have knocked him the fuck out, as Smokey would say.
And I will peel off the rest of my now tattered sweatshirt and swear quietly to myself because it's never worth wearing fucking clothes.
Yes. This fella is straight up unconscious and pinned down under a pile of rubble.
Am I back on the roof now?
You are back on the roof now. We'll move you right here. All right. Is that your action?
Mind your footing. Yes, that's my action.
Wonderful. Rini and Dark Matter, you're both in the... So this is the second round. That was the second round of combat, right? It's the start of the third round? Okay. So you two are in an easy vantage point to see that these ones... 2 of the fellas on this roof are just rabbiting. They're taking off full speed. They both have this swift edge, so they are enjoying a +1 speed scale as they run TF away. This dude shouts, "Bunch of cowards!" and spends for Quantum Leap to jump over here and try to hit Diego in the back of his dome. He is going to max out his quantum attack. Adds 2 to it, so it's quantum attack 4. And he's going to make his... Gonna... Yeah, he's going to cut loose and do the full +5 enhancement. So that's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. 5 plus 5, that's 10. Plus from the quantum attack, that's an additional 2, so that's 12. What's your defense right now? I think you're muted.
I think it's 2 because that doesn't last past that one round, right?
You can roll your stamina again though every time you attack.
Oh, okay.
Every
Well, let's do
round that you're attacked, you can roll your stamina again.
let's go ahead and see what I can mitigate through mitigating. It was 4, so 6.
Excellent.
Right? 2 plus 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. So 6 gets through.
Absorption time now.
Yeah, give it a shot.
And this is just a regular old roll. I don't really need to max it out again, right?
No.
So 4 plus 110.
I mean, you can max it out if you want to.
I mean, not quite yet. So 4 on the absorption. So
All right, excellent. So you take 1.
one,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
good.
No, you take the 1. And they're going to impose complicate stunt on your next action. I think we forgot your last action had a complication 1, but that would not have, you easily would have overcome it and still been able to knock it out, so it doesn't matter. But he is inflicting 1 level of damage on you and the complicate stunt.
Okay, I will spend the point of quantum to regenerate.
Excellent.
'Cause
That
I got
will
plenty from him.
trigger the collateral pool because
Yeah.
there's now 14 dice in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This poor. Hope you're insured.
And the way it works, anything above 10 dice is just enhancement on the collateral pool roll, and then it drops back to 0 once it's been rolled. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 4, so that's 10 points in the collateral pool. They're going to spend 2 successes on Incite. Angry mobs arrive. The action is caught on film, or a personal nemesis catches wind of what is happening. Contributors to the collateral pool have +1 difficulty to social interactions for the rest of the session. For each time this stunt is chosen, up to a maximum of +3. So they're going to just spend 6 successes on Incite. And that is going to manifest, instead of angry mobs showing up, that's going to manifest as a news crew arrives and starts filming footage of you all that Sophia Rousseau is watching right now at home.
God damn it.
They will also use hazard. So as they land on the roof, they knock into they sort of the roof sort of bows underneath them because now it's had some strain to it, right? As that roof bows underneath them, the sprinkler system starts going off down in the building. However, because it's sort of dangling loosely, it's also spraying water up out of the hole, which will provide a complication of 1 to everybody's actions that are on that roof because you're all being sprayed in the face with water. That reduces the collateral pool to 0. And that also brings us to our 2 other mitoids who have an action right now. So one of them is going to try to smack Karma in the face, and the other is going to leap forward over his buddy and try to whack Diego. So they're both going to max out.
It's just rolling stamina and defense.
Just stamina for your defense, yeah, for extra add-ons. And you can see each time they're doing this, like their veins are bulging out more, and you can hear like their skin is getting redder. It looks like they're pushing themselves to the verge of a heart attack right now. No successes on the max out, so you're in luck there.
Got 4 in my stamina roll, so my defense is 6.
What's your defense, Diego?
6 currently.
Okay. You are missed actually this time. You're able to just move out of the way and take just enough of it on like the shoulder that it doesn't actually do you any damage. How about for Karma?
Rolled 3. Is there anything special for rolling 2 10s at all?
No, just that you get to re-roll them.
Copy that. Yeah. 3, and I also have absorption if that is necessary.
You do, but correct me if I'm wrong. You have absolutely no sort of defensive skill, right?
I don't believe so.
All right, excellent. So they do get a scale enhancement on this attack as well. So they're looking at 1 success plus the 5, so that's 6, plus 2 for the quantum attack being a higher, and then another plus 2 for being a higher scale. So that's 10. They're going to hit crit, and then use the last on a complicate stunt. So that brings the pool back up to 5. No, it brings it up to 10. The other person just didn't actually get to use their enhancement. So I'll have to roll the collateral pool again once we get done resolving this. You have absorption, you said?
Yes.
Excellent. So go ahead and make your absorption roll. See if you can reduce the incoming 3 injury conditions that you're looking at.
Copy that. That's just rolling the dots in the ability, correct?
Quantum plus power.
Quantum plus power, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And it reduces net successes, not necessarily the.
Understood.
Yeah.
That's 4 so far. 4.
Excellent. So you bring it down to 6, so they're only able to hit and crit. And then give you a complication of 2 on your next action. So you take 2 injury conditions, and your next action suffers a complication of 2.
Understood. So I have a bruised and injured filled in currently.
Yep. Which, so also remember then when you have that is a penalty to your difficulties, I believe.
Yes.
I guess I hear a broken collarbone and perhaps a shattered rib.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't
The
sound
familiar grunts of Karma getting fucking beat down.
Really should get some armor.
Truly.
Oh no, it's a complication that if you don't resolve, you increase your injury conditions.
Nice. I love that. I love that a lot.
All right, so that brings us. Oh, right, and knock the collateral pool back up to 10. Oops.
And the news crew explodes
1, 2,
spontaneously.
3, 4, 5, 6. All right, they're going to. Let me check the size scale of the building that you're on. 1 second. I wrote all this stuff down so I wouldn't have to remember. All right, yes, so the buildings are size scale 3. There is enough for them to purchase the raise success. The pharmacy comes crashing down, littering the streets with rubble. I need each of you to give me just a athletics check, please. Each of you who is actually standing on that roof. Don't forget to keep in any complications, stunts that you've suffered, or any injuries that you are currently suffering from. And remember also, Karma, you did regain quantum equal to the successes that you absorbed. So you gained back 3 quantum when that it happened.
Athletics and then just choose an attribute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just rolling stamina again. 1.
Excellent. And you have mega stamina, correct?
At 4, yes.
So this is effectively indirect damage.
Is environmental
Yeah.
hazard. Okay.
So you
I go, ah!
yeah, you
I've been on this floor before.
What's your complication, only 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still got 1 success. So you didn't take any additional problems from the complication. And it's not that I've been on this floor before. Like the whole building just came down like a structured demolition.
Oh, it's like Rampage.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about for karma?
5 actually.
Excellent. You miraculously like leap up into the air, like do a backflip as the building is coming down, and like do a superhero 3-point landing on a
Nice.
piece of on a sharp but stable piece of rubble that does not pierce your skin. So that looks dope. And that went out on the news, so you got that going for you.
Sweet.
All right, that'll bring us to the top of the next. No, that was just the top of the round. Rini, what would you like to do?
I think I would like to get closer. How far can I move towards the roof?
You have a flight of 2, so you can get on. Basically, the roof is gone, but you can get over to that area of rubble, no problem, and
Okay.
still act normally.
Sure. And the dead body that's below the roof right now, that's like the accessory and the dead body are in the building right now.
Yeah, so the entire building is flat. Everybody that's on that roof is now in the piles of rubble that are on the roof. The mitoid that was knocked out is probably now dead.
Okay.
The rest of the mitoids, I forgot. I need to roll for them. Hold on. Just have their calculation tool to see what they can mitigate. Okay, 1. So one of them takes 2 injury conditions, and one of them takes 1. So what would you like to do as you're rolling up there?
Sure. Water's still a complication, right?
Yes, the water spraying everywhere is creating a complication 1 in the area, because now it's spraying out of multiple places because the entire sprinkler system is sort of shredded and turned into one of those, like, if you remember the sprinklers that you might have had as a child that had like the little Mr. Potato Head looking thing, and then it had a bunch of hair strings that stuck out, and they just kind of go every which way when you turn on the sprinkler. That's kind of what the actual sprinkler system of this building is doing.
Oh, so I can't really stop that then, huh?
I mean, if that's what you want to spend your turn doing, you can probably find the controls and shut it off.
Like the water shut off or something? Yeah, that'd be tight. Yeah. I'd love
Excellent.
to.
Go ahead and give me a technology. I would assume probably cunning roll.
Oh, sweet. Two successes.
Excellent. So it'll only take you 1 success to find it and shut it off. You can add that other success to control chaos if more collateral happens.
Okay.
Effectively. All right. Beautiful. That brings us then down to karma. What you got?
We're gonna keep stabbing at the mitoids.
Okay.
Or to call them swollions.
Oh, actually, that's a good. There's a question to be asked.
Beef eaters.
Cloak is reflexive, so could I activate cloak and also stab at the mitoids?
Yeah.
Sweet. I would love to do that. And to do that, it's just the quantum plus the power.
For cloak.
Yeah. Or is it just?
Some powers have slightly different things. Let me look real quick. 1 second.
Oh, there's no dice pool for cloak.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I think it just
Pool
activates.
none.
You
Yeah.
gotta spend quantum though, I think.
Yep. Spend quantum. It's maintained. While cloaked, you gain 3 enhancements to defense rolls and stealth-related actions. You can make
Cool.
surprise attacks even after combat started, if attacking someone unable to detect you. So yeah, you just go invisible.
Sweet. I'd love to do that, and then stab at this this one to the south of my token.
Excellent. Are you doing any maxing out, cutting loose, anything along those lines? I would like to remind you also that you can, through maxing out, you can gain power tags you don't normally have, mega attributes you don't normally have, and mega edges you don't normally have.
Research time.
That sounds like a lot of time. It sounds like it would be helpful. I don't have any faith in my control F abilities. What you said, maxing out or what was the other option?
Cutting loose.
Cutting loose. What does cutting loose do?
You gain enhancement up to 5 at a 1-for-1 rate. You add dice to the collateral pool.
Is that safe? What do we think, guys?
Yes.
No. By definition, it is not safe. It is. That is the
What is safe is ending this threat to the city.
We are standing in a like 30+ point collateral pool pile of rubble, right?
I haven't even added yet. Wait, I have. Never mind.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good with the way I am. This feels too dangerous. This is a large dice pool. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then you said that there was enhancement because of the cloak?
3 from the cloak, 1 from the knife.
Sweet.
And
All right.
which of the mitoids are you attacking? Just indicate on the map after you count your successes out.
Oh, for sure. What is that? That is a 1. I love that. God damn it. That'll be 2 successes.
Okay. So that becomes 6 successes.
Indeed, and it'll be against this guy down here to the.
So that's enough to hit and crit if you want to.
I would love to.
All right, so you drop him. He is taken out. Do you want to drop him permanently, or do you just want him to be unconscious at the end of this exchange?
We're gonna. Is this the guy that fucked me up?
I mean, it's hard to tell. He's among them.
Yeah, we're gonna say blind rage. This dude's dead. If that's okay.
Excellent.
Nobody can see me. It didn't. If no one can see me, it didn't happen.
No one can see you. However, Accessory, Rini, Dark Matter, and the news crew see a hole open up in this dude's chest and like start like right under his solar plexus, and then just move upwards, splitting his sternum, and as his chest cavity opens up onto the rubble, and he falls over dead.
Yeah, that'll have to be explained to Sophia later. That's a later me problem. I'm seeing red.
That brings us to Dark Matter. What would you like to do?
Question for the story guide. What are the chances that Dark Matter with whatever is the edge that lets you swift can make it to those people running away?
Do you have any other means of getting speed scale?
Is there a Megamite thing that lets you? I have like I can use Megamite to gain a Mega Leap.
Could you like Hulk leap?
Yeah, if you have Quantum Leap, or if you max out for Quantum Leap.
I gotta say max enough for punching somebody. Okay, they can get away. I want to punch somebody.
Nobody says you can't do both.
Can I do that? Like that's.
Yeah, absolutely. You can max out and put like one of the successes to get Quantum Leap, and then dump the rest into a Quantum attack for your hit.
Oh yeah, no, we're doing that then.
And you can also, so you just have to spend. You gain the point of flux. You spend the quantum up to your quantum rating. Roll those dice, and that'll give you a pool that you can split up between what you're buying. So if you don't have Quantum Leap already, then it would cost one of those successes to buy Quantum Leap.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to max out, and I have 5 quantum points. So. Just 2.
All right, that's fine. That's still enough to put 1 into your Quantum Leap and then 1 into your Quantum Attack.
Right.
I
So
mean,
then
I don't mind. I don't mind if you spend momentum. I'm just saying, you haven't really hit anybody yet.
There's
well, let me go through the list of things I have to hit this guy because I have density, which means my Mega Might's already at 3. I have Mega Crush,
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Never mind.
bumps that up. It's putting 5 into the quantum attack. And I have Deadly Strike, which lets me get the brutal tag.
okay, right. So you create easier.
Yeah. So I think that is like plus 13 enhancement.
Yes, but then you're gonna need to spend. I think you're gonna need to spend like a total of like 5 quantum to kick that off. Apart from what you spent, which is fine.
You know how I like to do? Like I like to spend as much quantum as I can.
Sure.
I think I'm like limited to 5.
So you're adding 5 quantum or 5 to the
But yeah,
collateral
I'm
pool.
also like, what's that thing? Cutting loose with
Yep.
the 5
Yep. All right. So
to
5.
bump it up to 18 enhancement.
All right. Go ahead and make that. That I guess it's just going to be like a close combat roll because you're basically leaping over to where
In
they are.
order to
Wait, so if my math is right, we just went from 0 to 10 collateral pool in one roll.
oh, very easy.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
easy.
No, without a doubt.
Okay,
Yes.
this is why we Chaz.
I love that as a verb. This is why we chose.
It shoots through schools.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes plus the 18 enhancement.
Right. So
I don't know what to do with that. I just want to hit a thing.
You leap over onto the roof. You can actually spend. So you can try to contain the chaos if you want to, because you have so many extra successes, right? So the way this could work is you would need to spend effectively 6 successes to be able to hit both of them.
Okay.
So that leaves you a total. You're at 18, right?
18 plus the 7.
Okay, so 18 plus 7, so that's
So 25.
25 successes. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you take 6 so you can hit each of them.
Right.
So that's 19.
19 left.
So if you want to crit
Yes.
each of them once, that would be 6. So
Okay.
that brings you down to
13.
13. If you want to crit each of them again, that
Yes.
brings you down to 7.
Okay.
That will knock them both out.
Okay.
So then you can spend 7 successes reducing the collateral pool.
So it's like an uppercut instead of a.
Instead of a straight up. I just want to make this clear. Chaz absolutely does not want to reduce the chaos, but since one of Dark Matter's thing was did not destroy a building, and I have 7 left, I will try to reduce the collateral.
Excellent. You bring the collateral pool back down to 0.
I kind of regret it already.
You land.
A perfect punch.
You land just right. Like there's a little bit of strain to the roof, but you're able to manage it, and then you just 2 swings, both of them drop, and the instant they do, you hear, Why are you on my roof?" And you look over, and there's a woman. It looks like she's probably in her 80s, maybe 90s, standing next to what you realize now was a pigeon coop on the roof of the building. And she's got a broom in her hand.
I'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to bother you. These evildoers were running away, and I think they were scaring your pigeons, so I had to stop them."
Oh, well, that was very kind of you. Would you like some pie?
Oh, fuck, I love pie. Can my friends have some pie? I'll bring them. They're stopping other evildoers.
There's still ruffians about?
Yeah, you get inside. I'll go stop them, and we'll come back for some pie.
Excellent. I'll get it warmed up for you.
Oh, best day.
Accessory, what would you like to do?
So you said you can take a number of actions equal to your composure, and you have to take is it the lowest pool?
Yep, you
for
take
each
the
action?
lowest pool out of all the actions, and then you
Okay.
divide the successes between those actions.
Okay, so for my first action, I'm going to assess the individuals that have been pushing themselves redonkulously hard. And due to my specialty in quantum physiology, I'm genuinely curious as to how much longer they would have to go before they just pass out or die.
Oh, sure. So you make a medicine check,
Um, yeah, and
And
I
then
think
you-
the other
and-
action I'm going to take would, in addition, other than that, so the other action I'm going to take isn't going to be medicine per se, because it's just I'm going to use a skill trick that requires me to spend momentum.
okay.
But it would require me to have an idea as to where karma is. So based on the viscera spray, do I know where he is at this point?
You would need to make another
Oh wait,
action.
there's water spraying everywhere, right?
Sure.
Where's the invisible guy who's getting sprayed
Bear.
with the water?
Bear.
Oh no, there isn't water spraying anywhere because Rini
Oh.
shut it off.
Damn it.
Uh,
Okay.
so here's what you would do though: is you would add another another layer to your mixed action, which would
Okay.
be an integrity check to see where the invisible guy is.
All right. Well, luckily my integrity is high, so that's what I'll do. So I'll be there. It's the same dice pool. My integrity is 5, my medicine's 5.
And what attribute does each one rely on?
Composure.
Both?
So yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, you would roll that, and then you would divide the successes between the two actions. And then what's the skill trick you're trying to use?
Walking wounded. So I can either spend 1 or 2 momentum to basically. I'm going to take my ripped up sweatshirt. Actually, I'll use my pants because I already tore my sweatshirt. So I'll use my pants to bind the wound, basically. And all it basically does is remove the penalties for the duration of the thing. So I guess I'll make the roll. See how we do. 5 so far. How many do I need to detect him?
You need 3 to detect him.
Okay. So I will burn 3 to pick him to pick up where he is. And he's injured currently.
Very much so.
You didn't resolve those injury complications when you
So I
stabbed that dude,
bumped
so
up to.
you bump up 1 more.
So I got 2 injury, 2 a bruise and 2 injured.
Okay. Well, I can spend 2 momentum to grab the invisible person, probably by, I don't know, their busted arm or whatever. When I hear the ow, I know what to patch.
Right on.
So that's the one. Don't move this one. So I spend 2 momentum there. And then the other 2 successes. Yeah, the other 2 successes I will use to assess the villains. How long do I think they have? Like seconds, minutes?
Probably
actions?
they can probably keep this up for another couple minutes
Okay.
before they pop.
Okay. Then I guess I will take a deep breath and lean into the next punch.
Excellent. As you are preparing to lean to the next punch, a new combatant is entering the field.
Oh, goodness me.
A spotlight shines down on all of you from above. As you see a cape-bearing figure in like a cowl that has like sharp, like Wolverine-style protrusions off the side of it, wearing thick, dark goggles, I should say. And they're going to go ahead and roll their join battle here.
Someone just signed a spotlight on me.
Yeah.
Disco.
You see them leaping out of what appears to be a giant flying owl-like vehicle.
Is the spotlight necessary?
And they come down. They've got an initiative of 4. And so they're going to leap down and they're going to kick one of the mitoids in their face as they're coming down. That's 1. Not great. 2, 3, 4. 5 successes. So that's enough to hit and deal 1 damage, knocking this one mitoid unconscious.
Do you have an idea who this is? I do have humanities.
Humanities, it'd be more of a culture roll, but I'll give this to you because you're local. This is Night Watch. Night Watch is the official municipal defender of the city. She has only been in this role for about 6 months, and she basically took the role over immediately when the last Night Watch retired. The previous Night Watch was more of just a rough and tumble, like wore a, very minimal leather armor and just went out and sort of mixed it up with baddies. This Night Watch is much more gadget oriented. That brings us around to the remaining mitoid who is conscious, and they are going to max out and try to quantum leap to get away. It's 1. Okay, so they're able to add 1 to their megabyte. They will spend for the quantum leap, and they're going to jump over onto this rooftop. Rini, what would you like to do?
I would like to go over to one of the dead bodies,
Okay.
take out like a sandwich bag that Reno always carries in her purse, and scoop up some of that mite for herself as stealthily as possible so the cameras don't see or anybody else does not see.
Okay, make a larceny roll, please.
Oh, goody.
Interesting. Interesting.
Larceny with dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. This seems like a beautiful idea.
I know Rainey was a druggie.
Not yet.
Like we're all about to enter our villain arc.
4 successes.
Excellent. Yeah, you absolutely loot the bodies. You're able to not only grab the mite out of the pocket of the dead one, but also out of one of the unconscious ones. So you're able to get several extra doses. We'll say 5 doses of mite between the 2 of them.
Thank you. Which is for me and nobody else.
Night Watch kind of looks up and says, "Oh, that's not going to be good," as the person jumps onto that roof. Karma, what would you like to do?
I don't have anything to get over there, so I think I don't know. Is it possible to God. So running after this dude is gonna be just a single range man is gonna be like right about here, right? Maybe less.
Yeah, so a single range band will be like within 3 squares or so.
Yeah.
Double range band will be probably 8.
Copy that.
Now, if you wanted to, again, you can max out for things you do not have. You can even grab like powers you don't have.
Sweet. Did that guy look injured at all? Or was he like
The one that jumped over there?
Yeah, was he fine and fresh?
No, he's pretty fucked up. He's certainly had better days.
Yeah, I'd love to max out and just try to gain quantum leap if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna need. You don't have any Megamite, right?
I have no Megamite.
So you would need at least 2 successes on your maxing out roll.
Copy that. What is the maxing out roll?
So
this is all new.
Spend a point of flux, or
Okay.
gain a point of flux. I'm sorry.
Understood.
Spend quantum up to your quantum rating,
Copy that.
and then roll that many dice. Each success you can purchase a power with.
Nice. That is 2 successes.
That is exactly what you need to get Mega Might 1 and Quantum Leap 1.
Excellent. Yeah, and then I'd like to just pursue and possibly knock out.
Okay. So you're gonna try to like split your action.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So what's lower, your athletics, your close combat?
I've definitely athletics.
All right, roll might and athletics, and then you will divide your successes between movement and attacking.
All right, there's 1. 3 successes.
All right, so you can get there, but you will not be able to strike him. You won't quite beat his defense.
Not a problem. Just so he knows that he's being pursued.
Excellent. As you land on the roof, you see that guy that was drinking the beer on the roof, like standing up as this dude lands on the roof. Dude looks like he's probably about 55 or so. Looks like he's in remarkably good shape for his age. He's like, you picked the wrong roof, buddy. Dark Matter, what would you like to do? As you see this as well across the street.
I see the guy who's clearly about to like end this guy's life.
I mean, you see the dude stand up.
Oh, okay. I have elemental mastery. Is there a way to turn that into a thing that's creates so much gravity that that thing can no longer keep running?
What thing are you trying to?
I want to.
You want to make the Mitoid stop running because he's got so much gravity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, you would roll. It'd be a contested roll. Your elemental mastery against his athletics, basically. And just so I'm clear, did you just knock out the 2 that you were fighting on that roof, or did you kill them when you hit them?
I'll be honest. He was just punching. If I was able to like restrain from killing them,
Yeah,
fine.
they're
If
probably
you're like,
that's fine. They're just taking a nap. Not a big
Okay.
deal. All right. So yeah, you've got elemental mastery gravity, right?
yes.
Let me just check real quick what the range and all that fancy footwork on elemental mastery is. Okay, so your main power for that, what's your main power that's listed down under it?
Environmental anima.
Okay, excellent. So that you would roll um okay, you can, so for example, if you wanted to um add a barrier to movement,
Hmm.
so this just lets you like do shit without having to roll.
Oh,
So you can either create a level 1 barrier to movement, a +1 complication, or 1 level of environmental damage with the continuous and deadly tag per dot of your elemental mastery.
gotcha.
So you can spend it between those things basically. So if you have like elemental mastery 5, for example, and you just wanted to make a level 5 barrier to movement, you would have to overcome a level 5 barrier to be able to move at all.
Gotcha.
Or you
Okay.
could add a +5 complication that if he didn't resolve it, he took injury.
Injury.
Or just straight up crush him with environmental damage.
Let's go with that. I've been restraining too much anyway. So let's try to crush him.
All right, excellent. What's your environmental anima?
Just 1.
Okay, excellent. That's not too bad. So you will, in that case, roll a desperation pool to try to resist that. Sadly enough, he does not do so. You crush him into unconsciousness.
And then I'm just gonna yell, "Hi!"
The old guy.
3.14.
The old guy kind of looks over and then looks at Karma and says, "Can I help you, son?"
He should be all good, sir. please go about your night, and I'll start dragging this dude to the edge of the roof.
He kind of walks over. I assume you're just leaping down onto the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop this dude out first and use him as a landing pad.
Excellent. It becomes very clear to you as you land on this dude that he wasn't particularly durable. So you like hear his back break and a couple of ribs go. Oh, but you're still cloaked. So actually,
I would drop the cloak after he's been subdued, so
oh, okay.
interactions still can take place.
Yeah. Well, in that case, then the news get footage of you landing on this dude after you throw him off a roof. And the woman who has landed kind of turns over to, I guess, over to the accessory because he's the only one that's there, and is like, "Could you all please get the fuck out of my neighborhood?"
Hold on just one moment. I'm going to assess the physical damage to all of these individuals. Are any of them, do I think that when we say injured versus dead, like how dead are they?
So the two that like were deliberately killed, the one that got stabbed through the heart and the one that got thrown off of a roof, there's nothing you can do for those two. They are they don't need a doctor, they need a priest.
Well, so here's the thing. So you're talking to the accessory, okay?
Sure.
So it's my understanding that at 5 dots and greater, a Nova can use healing to restore life to the recently dead.
Correct.
So if I max out my healing, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend 4 quantum in an attempt to max out my healing. And I will take another point of flux because I'd be loving some flux. I got 3 successes.
Excellent. So you may add 3 to your healing.
I will add. Well, I have to. So I can only go 1 over, right? My quantum.
Right.
I'm going to raise my quantum first. So I'll raise my quantum by 1 and my healing.
No,
by
no,
2.
I'm sorry. Your healing has a quantum minimum of 2. So you can go, once you hit that quantum minimum, you can go as high as you want with your healing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll go to 6 then.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I can go to 7. Yeah, I'll go to 7.
All right. So then you'd roll quantum plus healing.
Yeah. And I yell clear. And I have to spend 5 successes on someone up to my quantum rating in rounds, and it hasn't been 4 rounds yet for one of these guys.
It is not.
All right, so we'll try to clear the first one. So 3 successes should be enough. 2 named it, 4 dots, blah blah blah.
It's 5 successes to raise the dead, basically.
Oh, so if I cut loose, then I can add 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I will cut loose as well on my first clear.
All right. You do so. That puts 5 in the collateral pool. You're going to do that again?
Yep.
All right. You go ahead and do so. That triggers. Go ahead and roll for the second one. You brought the first one back to life.
Yes. And I will use the. Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, the next one is 9. So I guess can I spend to diffuse the excess a bit with using my body to kind of buffer?
Sure. You needed a total of 5 successes, right?
Yeah.
You got 9?
I got 9.
So you want to use 4 to control the chaos?
Yes.
You do so. You prevent any collateral action from taking place.
These 2 are stable. I can't do much for the others.
That watch says you've really made a mess here in front of a lot of people. So I would like you to act like I just chastised you and go somewhere away from these cameras, please.
I will. I guess I'll just kind of bamf.
Rainey, you see, she basically hits a button, and you see like tethers drop out of this flying vehicle up top, and she just walks around and like hooks one around the waist of like each of the mitoids, and then hits the button again, and they all just are pulled back up in there.
I will warp nearby and out of sight.
She turns to the news camera and says, "I'll make sure these people get the help that they clearly need. Kids, say no to drugs." And she hits another button, and her tether goes back up, and she goes back into the vehicle, and it flies off.
Yep, what she said.
Or we'll find you.
I will text my friends and it will say I'm down the street at the standing drugstore. It's still open. I need some aspirin.
The drugstore is not standing.
No, I warped to a nearby drugstore.
Excellent. What would you like to do with the remainder of your evening?
We have pie over here.
Oh. Yes.
Let's do that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Excellent. You finish your evening enjoying a nice slice of pie with the Garrisons, Hugh and Tandy Garrison. Hugh has like a little workshop set up kind of in a side room of their apartment where you see he's kind of tinkering with like older technology, like, transistors and tubes and stuff like that. Tandy explains that she's she earned their money as a real estate agent. They bought this condo back in the early 2000s, and they just really love the neighborhood. Most of the time, it's not like this. I don't know why it's a problem. But you all seem very nice. Here, have some more pie.
Rest assured, we'll be in contact with Night Owl, and we'll make sure that your neighborhood stays a little safer.
It's night watch, but you've picked up on an inspiration for them, I suppose. She says, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I wish I could do more than just offer you some pie."
Pie is more than enough.
You enjoy some delicious apple pie, and each of you receive a text message that says, I'm not even going to deal with this tonight. I will reach you in the morning."
Heart emoji. Send.
And that's where we'll wrap up this session of Trinity Continuum Aberrant called Robbery in Edgebrook. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about your adventure tonight?
Surrounded by murderers and charlatans.
He hit me.
You literally have a healer with you.
Yeah, so he's fine. So I mean, look, all's well that ends
No,
well.
he's not. He's not fine.
That's fine.
A little detox, couple weeks in intensive care. He's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Not the one who's missing his insides.
No. Well, no, you brought him back.
Oh, okay. Well, good then.
You brought those were the two that died. Yeah, you brought him back. He's
Yeah, see, all's well that ends well.
yeah.
I have complete faith in you, Doctor.
Your reputations took a bit of a hit, but we'll deal with that the next time. Hopefully, less than 2 years from now, when we visit these characters.
Sure.
Did anybody achieve any of their short-term aspirations?
Um,
The buffet come with chocolate.
I would say that the tasting menu absolutely had chocolate in it. Yeah, there's probably part of the amuse bouche had some chocolate in it. So you have completed that one. Dark matter, you use your attack powers without destroying a building.
Mhm.
You
And I
also
did a
use a
team
team attack.
attack.
Yeah, you threw a motherfucker at another motherfucker. So yeah, that would be 2. So you can take 2 experience for that. So you ate chocolate. You did. I don't know if you assisted in fixing a piece of tech so much as you
No.
just shut off a sprinkler, but that's okay.
Does it count if it's secret for my long-term goal that I may have figured out my career path?
Oh my god.
What would that be?
She's gonna break bad.
I mean, it doesn't count if I keep it to myself. Like, I don't mind talking to you directly, storyteller.
Oh, if you know what you want to do, yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Okay. Okay.
As Judge Mills Lane would say. So you get 1 for the short term, 1 for the long term. Diego,
Well, I don't know
You-
if I was able to assess the impact of interdimensional travel on dark matter. I have my own thoughts on what may or may not have happened to him. He seems a little tamer now. I feel like maybe he's been I don't know, maybe universally recalibrated somehow.
right? He got mellowed.
Um,
Dimension travel mellowed him out a little bit.
Yeah. However, I did not get to forcibly warp an unwilling target unless you count myself and the building pieces.
No,
Um,
you were willing, and the building pieces didn't have an opinion on it.
right.
So no short terms. May God have mercy on your soul.
That's okay.
So how about karma?
I didn't get my long term. I don't think I'll ever get my long term at this point. Which was convinced our handler we need more resources. My short term execute a plan flawlessly. We didn't go in with a plan, so I think that's not going to count. And then short term limit dark matter's collateral. I'm not sure that counts either.
I didn't have any collateral.
Yeah, but I don't think I did anything to facilitate that.
No, you did, because had you not said like you should throw me, I would have went straight up and attacked the building, not the people, the building on it. So like that was all you.
All right, I'll
There.
allow it. There you go. You can get 1 point there. All right. So those are your things. You did spend at least half the momentum in the pool, so you can all get an experience for that.
Hey.
Sweet.
And you completed a group story, so you get 3 experience for that.
Excellent.
You have suffered some public reputation damage, and I wouldn't say you have an enemy in Night Watch, but she certainly doesn't like you very much right now.
That's fine. That's normal.
I mean, where was Night Watch when we were on our
Yeah, hold
day
on a second.
off?
I would like you to remember that it took her 3 rounds of combat to get there.
I mean,
Like,
if
she
you want to
was-
be logical about it, yeah, but
That's a hell of a 911 response time. Almost like she either was already very close or like somebody in the neighborhood maybe was informing her what was going on.
Interesting.
What happens at
Interesting.
Transcendence 10? I don't remember.
You no longer are a player character.
Damn.
Why, are you close?
No, not remotely. I'm probably closer than anybody else, but I'm not close.
I don't know what the hell Transcendence is.
Maybe
It's-
next session somebody will visit you with offers about how to manage your flux more efficiently.
I mean, I do. It happens. I'm a little flux capacitor.
There's an easy way to, if you just are willing to accept the secrets of Terrace into your heart.
I mean, can't be any worse than super spies and murderers. So
It can be a lot worse.
maybe.
All right. So yeah, this was a hoot. I had a blast with time. I just want to remind everybody that the scenario we were playing was one of the scenarios that is listed in the Trinity Continuum, the Edgebrook Rooftops, which was the tasty bit for July. I really had a blast working on this. I want to give an extra XP to Gilbert for calling out the inspiration for Night Watch. I think it's fair to say.
Excellent.
You got it on the nose. Yeah, there are 2 additional scenarios in that book. Details on the entire neighborhood. Like you've got the durability scale of the streets are worked out, the buildings are worked out, all that stuff is all mapped out for you to the map. So even if you're not using any of the scenarios that are there, you just want a nice, easy to manage location that has everything you could possibly want for collateral and for crowd, presences and different ways to adjust the location. That's all broken down in there. And there's also several NPCs. You got the first and second Night Watch have stat blocks in there, the mitoids that were fought, and there are a couple other characters that didn't show up in this that are also detailed in that book. So highly recommend you go pick that up. And I also want to remind you that the Trinity Continuum Aegis backer kit is still going on. We got about 15 hours or so left in that. And looks like we're just inching toward the next stretch goal, very close. So if you have not yet tossed your hat in the ring on that backer kit, please do so. I would like to then now lean on our lovely cast, give you all a chance to say your goodbyes. Let's start things out this time with Leko. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you've been playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Yeah, I'm Leko Rodriguez, he, him, playing Diego, the accessory Douglas, healer with imposter syndrome, and thanks to Karma is now once again reminded that he could not finish medical school, so he is not in fact a doctor, but he wishes he could be. You can find me playing more characters who are outraged by their teammates on the Old Ways podcast at theoldwayspodcast.com, where we are trying to, do our best to not go absolutely batshit insane before the end of the campaign. There's lots of other things going on there as well, so feel free to check that out. But yeah, been a great time. I was really happy to see everybody, and never disappointed by the Aberrant crew. And thank you, Travis, for inviting us and letting us play in this really fun little module.
Thank you very much for being here and for joining me in the chance. It's there's a lot of things that I realize I'm on the channel a lot, but there's a lot of things that I write that I don't get to run. So this has been a real blast, a real pleasure to be able to run this with some of my nearest and dearest. So thank you for being here. Gilbert, your pertinence, please.
Hello, I'm Gilbert Ramos, found everywhere at Ramos the Nomad on the internet. Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all that good stuff. I've been playing Julian Vasquez, aka Karma, both of us he, him. You can find me right here on the Onyx Path every Sunday for some Scion goodness, where I manage a lot of chaos. As well, you can find me over on twitch.tv/rolling nomads, where we do Witcher, we do some World of Darkness stuff. We've expanded into some video games and such, especially with Baldur's Gate coming out. I've been losing a lot of my hours to my life. Yeah, in the middle of the night when everyone else is asleep, there was like a 10-hour stream. I was like, oh, it's been a while. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And yeah, that's where you can find a lot of me telling a lot of other actual plays and other stories and things.
Rock and roll. So definitely head over there and shoot the Rolling Nomads a follow. Lots of quality stuff going on over in that channel. And next up, that brings us to Chaz. Please, your pertinence.
I'm Chaz, he, him, playing Deimos Messier, aka Dark Matter. Don't have much to talk about in my life as it is all one thing right now. But I'm proud of Deimos. He did not break a building. And as such, his next short term is to go full out destruction, push it even further, because
Right.
I kind of missed it. I really did.
Break the city.
Just go ham. Yeah. It was nice to dive into the collateral pool head first. You can always just throw around that enhancement and just ratchet it up, and consequences be damned. It was a lot of fun. So thank you so much for being here, Chaz. I really appreciate it. I know you're busy right now, so means a lot. You taking the time. And speaking of people who are busy, and I appreciate them taking the time, Pesto, please, your pertinence.
I am Pesto Mystic, she, her, and I was playing Rini tonight, she, her as well, as a squishy character that was directionless and maybe she found her calling tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much, Travis, for running this game. This was a lot of fun. I'm walking away with a lot of awesome memories.
I'm glad that you had a blast, and I'm really glad that you were able to be here. Thank you for joining us. And I guess that leaves me. My name is Travis. My pronouns are he and they. When I'm not running games, I am writing them. You can find me here. Next, I will be playing the finale of our Trinity Continuum Aegis actual play. So if you get the chance on Sunday at, I believe, 9 p.m. Eastern, you can come and check that out. It's been a lot of fun so far. The group is on their way to Scandia to take care of some undead and hopefully raise Wotan from a long-term coma that he's in thanks to a revenant bite. Yeah, otherwise, I sometimes stream over at Plastic Age Plays, and I also periodically stream with my friends over at Roll for Seduction, and we have some stuff going on. We just had a big stream, big announcement over there today, so head over there and check that out, or make sure you're following me on any social media. I'm Travis Legg pretty much everywhere, like it's spelled under my face. Lots of fun stuff going on right now. So thank you all again for being here. I greatly appreciate it. If you've not yet done so, please make sure you're backing the Aegis Backer Kit, and please head over and pick up the Edgebrook Rooftops and let me know what you think of it. I would love to hear your feedback and thoughts on it, because I really had fun writing it, and now I've also got to really have fun running it. So thank you all so much, and take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.